the enduring mystery of the Black Dahlia murder. Today, we're unearthing one of the most perplexing and enduring mysteries of the 20th century, the infamous 1947 murder of Elizabeth Short, better known as the Black Dahlia. This case has baffled investigators for over 7 decades, blending a grisly crime with Hollywood's golden age glitz. Let's dissect the layers of this enigmatic case that has captivated experts and enthusiasts alike. Elizabeth Short, the woman behind the name. To truly understand the gravity of this case, we must first delve into the life of Elizabeth Short. Born on July 29, 1924, in Hyde Park, Massachusetts, Short was the third of 5 daughters. Her father, Cleo Short, disappeared in 1930, presumed dead in a bridge suicide, only to resurface years later, a twist that foreshadowed the complexities in Elizabeth's own life. Chasing the allure of fame, Short relocated to California in 1946. She oscillated between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara, harboring aspirations of becoming an actress. Contrary to the simplistic portrayals, her life was a mosaic of transient jobs, brief romances, and a struggle for identity in a post-war society. In the months leading up to her death, Short navigated a precarious existence in Los Angeles. She was last seen alive on January 9, 1947, at the Biltmore Hotel, reportedly waiting to meet her sister. This rendezvous never occurred. The gruesome discovery. Fast forward to the morning of January 15, 1947. Betty Bersinger, a local resident, was walking with her 3-year-old daughter along Norton Avenue in the Leimert Park neighborhood when she stumbled upon what she initially thought was a discarded store mannequin. To her horror, it was the bisected and mutilated body of Elizabeth Short. The crime scene was a forensic nightmare. Short's body was severed at the waist, drained of blood, and posed with precision. The Glasgow smile carved into her face hinted at a perpetrator with surgical knowledge, or at least a macabre attention to detail. The lack of blood at the scene suggested she was killed elsewhere, complicating the trajectory analysis. The investigation begins. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, mobilized over 750 investigators, including detectives, officers, and civilian volunteers. Yet, despite the manpower, they faced a dearth of concrete evidence. Fingerprint analysis placed her identification within 56 minutes, thanks to her prior arrest records. However, the lack of blood and physical evidence at the scene stymied forensic advancements. Complicating matters were the 60 confessed perpetrators, yes, 60, who muddied the investigative waters. The LAPD had to navigate a labyrinth of false leads and hoaxes, diverting critical resources. Media influence and the birth of the Black Dahlia. Enter the press. The case became a media circus. The moniker Black Dahlia was a press invention, likely inspired by the film The Blue Dahlia, 1946, and Short's rumored affinity for black attire and dahlias in her hair. Sensationalist headlines skewed public perception and arguably tainted witness testimonies. The Los Angeles Examiner went as far as contacting Short's mother under false pretenses to extract personal information. This blurring of ethical journalism lines highlights the media's profound impact on the case's progression. Suspects and theories over the years. Over the decades, over 150 suspects have been proposed. Key among them was Dr. George Hodel, a physician whose son Steve Hodel, a former LAPD detective, accused him posthumously. Steve's investigation revealed his father's potential connections to the case, including access to surgical tools and a dark psychological profile. Another notable suspect was Mark Hansen, a nightclub owner who was one of the last known people in contact with Short. However, insufficient evidence precluded any charges. Advanced theories propose links to other unsolved murders of the era, suggesting a potential serial offender. Yet no theory has conclusively withstood the rigors of forensic scrutiny. Why the case remains unsolved. The limitations of 1940s forensic science can't be overstated. DNA analysis was non-existent, blood typing was rudimentary, and the concept of criminal profiling was in its infancy. The mishandling and contamination of evidence, police officers and journalists trampling the scene, compromised potential leads. False confessions plagued the investigation. Psychiatrists note this phenomenon often occurs in high-profile cases due to a desire for notoriety or psychological issues, further derailing authentic investigative efforts. The Black Dahlia in popular culture. The Black Dahlia Murder has permeated literature, film, and television. From James Ellroy's novel The Black Dahlia to Brian De Palma's 2006 film adaptation, the case has been romanticized and fictionalized, often distorting factual accuracy for dramatic effect. This cultural obsession underscores the case's role in shaping the true crime genre. It raises critical questions about societal fascinations with violence and the ethical boundaries of entertainment. Modern investigations and developments. Advancements in forensic technology, such as DNA profiling, have prompted renewed interest in cold cases like this one. In 2013, the Black Dahlia case was among several transferred to the LAPD's cold case unit. While no breakthroughs have been announced, the potential for genetic genealogy offers a glimmer of hope. Interviews with surviving witnesses and families have unearthed additional, albeit circumstantial, information. However, legal and ethical constraints, statute of limitations on certain crimes, death of key suspects, pose significant hurdles. The enigma of the Black Dahlia murder endures, a complex tapestry of forensic puzzles, media sensationalism, and human psychology. Beyond the lurid headlines lies the tragic story of Elizabeth Short, a young woman with aspirations and vulnerabilities, lost to a world that perhaps never fully understood her. As we quest for truth and closure, we must balance our pursuit of knowledge with respect for those who have perished. The Black Dahlia case remains a stark reminder of the limitations of justice and the enduring allure of the unsolved. Until new evidence emerges, we are left with questions that challenge our understanding of morality, law, and the very fabric of society.